Hello and welcome. This is Varun, Technical Advisor, Design and Prototyping and Educational Consultant for Tutormash.com. In this session, we will be discussing about blocks in Autocad and Autodesk Design Center. Blocks are one of the essential parts in Autocad. It is basically a collection of objects that are combined into a single named object. For example, we have created a shape of a fan. It is a collection of lines and circles. We can name it together as a fan, and we can insert it as many times as we need in our drawing. So that means it enhances the designing by making it much more reliable. It also reduces time and increases the accuracy of drafting in the drawing. Basically, blocks are divided into two levels. That means you have to first create the block, then you have to insert the block. So let's see what are the steps included in creating as well as inserting the blocks. These are the two different dialog boxes which come up while we create as well as insert the block. So let's focus on the create option. In the create option, there are few things that are mandatory to give. Follow the steps and you will succeed in creating the block. So that is the first one. You have to give a name for the block. Let's say it can be a table, or it can be a wheel, or say lighting fixture. So anything, the name you can give it here. After giving the name, you must give the base point. As we have discussed earlier, base point is really essential in AutoCAD. So here also you must give a base point. If you don't give any base point, it will take the default value like 0, 0, 0 as a base point. So you must give a pick point option to give the base point manually. The next one is objects. Obviously, you have to select the objects which you have to create as a block. And the last one, press OK, your block will be ready. So these 4 steps you have to follow to create a block. So there are some additional options which are available in the block. So let me discuss that also. So here there is an option called retain, convert to block and delete. So that means if you retain it, it will be retained as the object itself. If you convert to block means it will be included as a block and it will get a single entity property. The next one is delete. Delete means after creating the block, the objects will be deleted, becoming a block. Here we have an option called behavior. Behavior means how do you want your block to behave in the drawing. The first option is annotative. We will be discussing about annotative property in our upcoming videos. Annotative property helps to scale the objects separately regardless of other objects. The next one is scale uniformly. Scale uniformly means you can scale the object in all the direction in the uniform factor. And the last one is allow exploding. It means after inserting the object, you can give an option to explode the block into separate drawings. Then the setting is block unit. You can change the block unit to any other units if you want. Basically, I recommend you not to change this one while you are working in the same drawing because it will change the size of the object according to the setting. So better don't change the unit here. We have already learned how to convert imperial drawings to metric drawings in our previous video. Then we have the hyperlink option. Hyperlink means you can insert any links to the object. Let's say you create a custom made object, let it be a mobile phone, and you are inserting that mobile phone many times in your drawing as a block. You can input a hyperlink which describes the specification of the mobile phone which you have saved as a Word format or PDF format or as a URL also. So you can give the hyperlink there. Then we have description. You can give the description of the object here. And the last one is open in block editor. Open in block editor means when you create the object as a block, it will be directly open to a block editor where you can edit and give the parametric constraints to the object. So that's all about creating the block. The next one that we have to learn is insertion of the block. After creating the block, the next task is to insert the block wherever you need. So when you go for the insert command, you can find this dialog box. So here also you have few steps that you have to cover to get it correctly. So follow the steps which are numbered here. The first one is that you have to select the blocks which you have created from the drop down list. Then you have to go and specify the insertion point. You can insert the point as coordinate also, or else you can go to the screen and specify it. You can give the scale here, that is X factor, Y factor and the Z factor, or you can specify it on the screen. The default it is 111, that means it will be inserted as it is without changing the scale. The next one is rotation. The default value is 0. That means the object won't be rotated at any degree. If you want to rotate it, you can give the angle here, or also you can specify on the screen. And last, you can press OK to insert the object. Here you have an option called explode. This option is what I was saying. When you have this option in your block definition tick, you can explode the object after insertion. It will also show the block unit and the factor here, but don't worry about the block unit and the factor because we have already designed the object according to the unit we have. And press OK to complete your task. So now let's see these options in the software. Now, consider I have objects like this. All this I have created with lines and circles only. So you can see these are separate lines and circles. So if you want to insert this object to a plan like this, you can actually use copy. But you have to copy here, again come here, zoom out, zoom in. It will take time and chances of error is more. So here we use blocks. So blocks are very useful while designing such complex structures. So let's start by creating the fan as the block. To create this object as a fan block, you have to type B and press enter. So it will bring about the block definition option. As we have discussed, there are few steps that we have to complete. The first one is that we have to give the name. The name for this one is FAN, that is fan. So the next step that we have to do is to select the base point. Base point is really crucial while inserting the object. So you must select the base point accurately. To select the base point, you can come and select pick point option. Let me select the base point here. Now you can see that it has automatically taken the base point. Similarly, I will go and select the objects which are included to become the fan block. So now you can see it is showing the thumbnail of the block. And the last and the next step is press OK. So now that you have created your block, let's continue the creation of the block in the other objects like this. Let me create this as a table. I will go for table chair as a block. Specify the base point. Let me specify at the center. Select the objects. I will select the entire object and press enter. The object will be selected and I will press OK. So the table chair block has been created. Similarly, I will create the door as a block, that is B, and press enter. For this I will type door. To pick the point, I will specifically pick this point. And to select the objects, I will select the entire object and press enter. And keeping it convert to block option, I will press OK. So as it was in convert to block option, you can see that this thing become automatically as a block. Similarly, this also it become as a block. So let me insert these objects into my plan. First let me insert the table and chair. The shortcut for insertion is I and press enter. So it will bring about the insert dialog box. From the drop down you have to select the object which you want to insert. Let me select table chair. For the insertion point, it is specified on screen. Scale and rotation I don't want to change, and I can see the block unit remains the factor as 1 itself, so you don't have to worry about that. Press OK and insert it in your drawing. Similarly, I will insert the table and chair again with a rotation angle of 90 degree and press OK and insert the table chair here like this. Now let me insert the door. To select the door, I will come and select the door from here, press OK and insert the door somewhere here like this. So your door has been inserted. Similarly, you can insert the door with the angle of 90 degree and press OK and insert your door like this. Now that if you want to mirror this object, it's obviously possible. You can type MI and press enter, select the object, press enter, showing randomly some mirror line like this, and like this your object has been created and erasing the source object. Correct. Now we can use trim command to trim it. TR enter and delete this one. Similarly delete this too. So that has inserted the door. Now the last one is to insert the fan. So I will press I and press enter. You can select the fan from here, that is this one. Press OK. Insert the fan wherever you need like this. You can insert it like this. Again you can insert it like this and like this. So like that, it is very easy to draw your drawing with the blocks. Now consider I have some other objects like this and like this. Correct. When I create as a block, let me give the name as a sample, SMPLA sample. For the pick point, I will go and select the center point of the circle like this. For the select object, I will select like this. Press enter. Now let's see what are these three options. First one is retain. Retain means it will retain the circles and the lines separately and convert it as a block. So I will press OK, and you can see the block has been created. So when I go and select this object, it is still lines and circles. But when you go insert, you can find that block here, that is sample. And press OK, press enter. So this is a single object like this. See, it's a single object and these are lines and circles separately. So this is retained one. Now let's see what is the next option. For that, first let me copy these two objects with a distance like this and do the block. This time I will type the name as S1. For the base point, I will select this as the base point. For the objects, I will select this full as the object. This time I will give delete and press OK. So now you can see that that initial object has been deleted. But when you insert it, you can find S1 as the object here and you can insert it. So like that you can use between the three. That is, the first one is convert it as a block, which the initial object will be converted automatically as a block. Second one is retain object, that is the object will be retained as lines and circles separately and convert to block. The last one is deleting, that means the object will be deleted initially, then you can insert it as a block separately. Now let's see the block creation. That is B, enter. I will give the name as S2. Pick point, I will give it somewhere here. I will select the objects like this entirely and press enter. I will go for convert to block samely. Next option is hyperlink. Hyperlink means you can give any link to your object which specify the characteristics of the object. Let me give an hyperlink to website, that is www.tutormash.com, like this, and press OK. So that means an hyperlink has been added. You can give any description like my favorite block. You can give it like this and press OK. Now that when you insert it, press OK and insert, your block has been inserted. So if you want to see the hyperlink of the object, you can select the object, right click it, you can find hyperlink, that is www.tutormash.com. So this object will automatically link you to open to an URL page like this. So like that you can link your block to any objects or any path in your drawing. Now let us see inserting this object in some other drawing. Let me take a new drawing from here. When I press insert, that is I, and press enter, you can find there is no objects available in your list. That means you cannot directly import blocks which you have created here to another drawing. So in order to do so, we use an external client that is known as Autodesk Design Center, or in short we can say that ADC. Autodesk Design Center help you to organize the access to other drawing contents like blocks, layers, tiles, and many more, which will be helpful for you to insert to your drawing. So to access ADC, you can type ADC and press enter. So this will open you the Design Center in your drawing. Design Center will help you to import almost all the characteristics point to the current drawing. Let's say let it be layer. You can insert the layer to this drawing. For example, you are working in some high complex designs which have numerous layers, and you are trying to create another drawing which has the same layers. So creating those layers again and again will take time. So using the Design Center, you can import layers. Similarly, you can import blocks, textile, and many more. So here you have already a sample of mechanical sample, and you can take the blocks of that drawing from here like this and select any of the block and insert it to your drawing like this. When you close it, you can see your block has been inserted. Let's insert the same block of this drawing to this drawing. So you can type ADC and press enter. In the open drawing, you can find the drawing 6 which we have saved now, and from there you can access the block and you can see the blocks have been available here. So these blocks you can take it and insert to your drawing as it is. So like this, you can use Autodesk Design Center according to your need. So that's the end of this session, and we hope you understood well. Keep posting your queries and feedback, and for more videos, log on to www.tutormash.com. Thank you.